Hi, we're here at the headquarters for In-Laws International, and we're here on this very special occasion, a overtaking of the top in-law spot by Jason Freudenberger. I'm here with the curator of In-Laws International, Mrs. Atara Lavi. Thank you so much for coming on this very special day. It is indeed a very, very special day.
Oh yes, it's going to go down in history.
Is this one of the more dramatic shifts that you've seen?
Oh yes, and really just a shocker. Just a completely took us all off guard.
You mean even as the head of the entire Society of In-Laws, you did not see this coming?
Didn't see it coming.
Now, Mrs. Levy, you keep the brownie points. You keep track of each brownie point.
I do love brownies.
And you keep track of the points when they are subtracted and they're added.
Yes.
What led to this seismic shift? So many brownie points added to someone so low,
yes,
and so many taken away from someone so high.
It's hard to explain, and this is what makes it so shocking. It just came out of left field.
Wow, that is really, really, truly dramatic. Now, let me ask you, in terms of the ramifications, what happens once you're now Jason Freudenberger is now in a new position? What happens to him now, in other words, in terms of privileges and responsibilities?
Well, there's some real tangible ones, like, for example, first dibs on the credit card. I'm sure will go to Jason now, whether it be to go to Macruder's or to Shaul's or Shalom's or the bagel store or whatnot, or to go shopping at his whim.
What happens now? He walks in the door and he's handed the credit card?
I think he won't even have to ask, yeah. It will just be there waiting for him, maybe with a little heart.
Now, it'll be waiting for him where? In his room? Which leads me to the next question. Is there a room allotted to someone in his exalted position?
Yes. Obviously, the larger bedroom with the ensuite of the nursery and the computer and internet access goes to the king son-in-law, Jason Freudenberger now.
Now, please, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been some time since I've covered this story.
Yes.
I seem to recall that used to be Devorah's room in her youth.
It was Devorah's room.
And that's where Devorah and Evan used to stay.
Yes.
I don't understand how
especially because Evan has a hard time sleeping with lots of noise, and the baby goes tucked away in that nice little niche in the wall, and it's away from those other two bedrooms where there might be many, many children.
White noise, as I recall?
Yes,
a white noise
it's
machine?
very hard for him to sleep with noise.
So they're going to uproot him from there? How will he sleep at that point?
That's not really anyone's concern anymore. I mean, he's been demoted.
I mean, nobody cares at this point. He's like a...
He'll have to figure out how to sleep like the rest of us.
So we're only concerned now with how Jason
We don't want Jason to lose his beauty rest.
Another question, nap times on Shabbos and Yontiv.
Oh, nap times, yes. Shira and Jason should be getting naps every day, at least once a day.
Well, who will watch their children?
Oh, well, maybe Evan? I don't know. Maybe Devorah?
Well, what if Evan and Devorah are tired?
They probably will be very tired.
So they can expect a lot of tired afternoons, you say?
They may leave Silver Spring tired.
That sounds terrible. I feel terrible. Let me ask you another question. We've covered the room. Sitting at the table, does that change anything? Closer to Abba, further from Abba?
Well, yeah, that depends, obviously, whether David and Melech will be there, because that seat is...
That's reserved.
That's Kadosh HaKadoshim, yeah. David and Melech.
I'm surprised they don't even keep that seat empty in his absence.
Not there.
Yeah. That's always shocked me.
We should suggest that.
Yeah. I want to go back to another point. So you're saying that but Evan will be more towards the end in a folding chair, perhaps?
Oh, certainly not a dining room chair.
No, there's only so many.
Rich chairs.
There's only so many of those dining room chairs to go around.
Yeah. Mommy seems to like to sit next to Jason, though. So...
How will she decide?
I don't know.
Maybe Abba will have to move to the other side of the table.
Jason and Mommy have a thing going on there at the table.
Maybe Abba will sit on the other side of the table and Jason will sit between them. One can only wonder.
Yeah.
Now, I don't understand. How is it that we'll call it Yirmi Gate was so dramatic when Thank You Gate, when Jason refused to say thank you at an earlier stage in his in-lawhood, is now totally relegated as if it never happened?
This is a good question. I think that was in his youth.
And he's matured.
And he's matured, yes. He's matured well beyond anybody's expectations.
Right, one could argue that.
And
Indeed. Any winners or losers in this? Because I see only winners. For example, do you feel like this will expedite Devorah and Evans moving to the Middle East?
well, it certainly will soften the blow. Everyone,
I mean, as far as Marty's concerned at this point,
Lahit for oath.
Yeah, Lahit for oath. I mean, as far as she's concerned at this point, no great loss, I'd imagine. And Evan and Devorah, I would imagine, would at this point feel persecuted and less comfortable in America.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. This might push that Aliyah right through.
Right through.
Yeah.
Interesting. And any other perks, or you know what? Maybe you could close off with a message to our new king, Jason Freudenberger.
Yeah.
Words of congratulations.
Yeah, I would like to wish him a congratulations, a heartfelt congratulations.
Right.
From the depths of my heart. And I really hope that he's matzliach in his new position as the king, son-in-law, the prized possession of Mommy and Abba Dickstein. And I really hope things go well for him. He's able to maintain this status for many years to come.
Many years, in good health and happiness.
Yeah.
Is there just one last thing? Is there a certain protocol as far as what Jason would do, sort of as a gift to the rest of the in-laws in recognition of his new status?
We should be giving him a gift.
I'll have to think
We
of
should
something
be
good.
buying them things, flips and MP3 players and whatnot. We should be purchasing tangible items for Jason.
I would get him a treadmill, but I understand he has a gimpy knee. I wouldn't want to
We don't want to
injure
get
him further.
injured.
No.
He needs to be on his game.
Yes. And now, Hannah Devorah.
Oh.
Does she get babysat more near me? I mean, how does that work?
That's a good question. I mean, they're such cute babies. It's hard to
Turn any of them away.
Yeah.
I guess at the end of the day, a grandmother just won't turn away a grandchild.
No.
Just because of their nickname.
Or not nickname.
I really appreciate your time. I know it's very busy keeping track of the points.
Especially during this holiday season. There's a lot
to keep track of.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you get right back to work.
Okay,
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And hopefully we have to share many good times together.
Amen.
Congratulations, Jason. Thank you.
Congratulations.